Ragnar Lothbrok is one of the most famous Viking figures in history. His name appears in sagas, poems, and medieval chronicles. He is remembered as a fearless warrior, a daring explorer, and the father of legendary sons. But when historians search for solid evidence of Ragnar's life, they encounter a problem. There is no clear proof that Ragnar Lothbrok ever existed as a single historical person. This raises a powerful question. Was Ragnar Lothbrok real, or was he a legend created from multiple Viking leaders? Most of what we know about Ragnar comes from Norse sagas, written centuries after the Viking Age. These stories describe Ragnar as a great warrior who led raids across England and France, defeated powerful enemies, and eventually met a brutal death. According to the sagas, Ragnar was captured by the Northumbrian king Vla and executed by being thrown into a pit of snakes. His final words are said to have inspired his sons to seek revenge. But these dramatic details come from texts written long after the events supposedly took place, making their accuracy uncertain. Medieval sources outside Scandinavia mention Viking leaders who resemble Ragnar. Frankish records describe a Viking leader named Ragnar who attacked Paris in the year 845. Some historians believe this figure could be the inspiration for Ragnar Lothbrok. However, these records do not mention his famous family, his legendary deeds, or his dramatic death. This suggests that Ragnar may be a combination of several Viking warriors whose stories emerged over time. One of the strongest reasons Ragnar remains debated is his sons. Figures such as Ivar the Boneless, Bjorn Ironside, and Ubba are mentioned in historical records. These men were real Viking leaders who played major roles in the great heathen army that invaded England in the 9th century. The sagas claim they were all sons of Ragnar, but historians cannot confirm this relationship. It is possible that Ragnar was created as a symbolic father figure to connect these famous warriors into a single legendary lineage. Ragnar's nickname, Lothbrok, adds another layer of mystery. It roughly translates to hairy breeches, supposedly referring to clothing he wore to protect himself from snakes. Some scholars believe this detail was added later to make his story more memorable, rather than to describe a real event. Like many saga elements, it may be symbolic rather than factual. What makes Ragnar Lothbrok so fascinating is how his story blends history and myth. He represents the ideal Viking warrior, brave, cunning, defiant, and unafraid of death. Whether or not he existed as one man, his legend reflects the values and fears of the Viking world. Ragnar may not have been a single historical figure, but the impact of his story is very real. Today, historians continue to debate Ragnar Lothbrok's true identity. Some believe he was real, heavily exaggerated. Others believe he was entirely mythical. The truth may never be known, and perhaps that is why Ragnar Lothbrok remains one of the most powerful figures of the Viking Age. Legend or reality, his story still echoes through history,